Fox News alert. A New York Supreme Court judge has struck down a New York City law granting voting rights to non-citizen residents. That highly controversial policy. The city council passed the bill back in December, and it became law in January, allowing an estimated 800,000 legal non-citizens, including those with green cards, to vote in municipal elections starting in 2023. They would still not be permitted to vote in state and federal elections. A group of Republican lawmakers filed a lawsuit to block the measure, and today a judge ruled in their favor. New York Republicans have praised the decision as a victory for election integrity and the rule of law. A fresh batch of bad news for Democrats as more than 1 million voters have switched to the GOP, and a big warning for the left. The Associated Press surveyed voter registration data and found that of the nearly 1.7 million voters who changed parties over the last year, some 2/3 went to the GOP, while 630,000 became Democrats. The party switchers were most significant in the suburbs, where swing voters who didn't support former President Trump in 2020 appear to be returning to the Republican fold. That is an enormous number, Julie.
I mean, it's huge. I mean, you're basically looking at 2/3 majority of those who switched parties leaning Republican. If that doesn't spell out red wave to you, I don't know what does. And for those Democrats that say there's not going to be a red wave, remember on The View, we talked about this, where like the lone Republican who had a really hard time actually standing up for this argument, so we should do it for her. I mean, the red wave that is coming is not only guaranteed. This abortion fiasco that's going on across the country and the protests that are going on across the country are only going to help Republicans, because Democrats are coming out as looking unhinged. I mean, they can never argue something without getting furious and angry and you know, coming out and protesting that they're going to abstain from sex. That was my other favorite out of this whole thing. You know, I don't know if you've looked at, and I'm going to say this as a woman, but if you've looked at some of the women at these protests, they are doing the entire male population a freaking favor. So like, continue to abstain. My son's in the studio, so we are calling it sugar. They're abstaining from sugar.
Kennedy,
Yeah.
People are also abstaining from Joe Biden. Reuters Ipsos has him at 36%. Only 9% want him to run in New Hampshire. It's extraordinarily low. And meanwhile, there's this headline that went kind of unnoticed, Washington Post. Basically, if you read the details, it seems like it was planted by Team Biden. Biden sends every single signal he's running again. Yeah. They say that they're planning a 2023 re-election announcement on the timeline of Obama, according to sources. DNC is not preparing a debate schedule for contested nomination. It will be contested. He'll have a challenger, so they should go ahead and prepare. But interesting, this seems to be a planted story, while only 9%
He
of
has
voters.
So much in common with Jimmy Carter. It's
Yes.
unbelievable, because Carter was also challenged in 1980, and it hurt him, and he lost to Ronald Reagan, who was, you know, arguably one of the greatest American presidents we've had, and a totally transformational candidate. I don't think the Democrats, with their shallow bench, I don't think they have anyone transformational, but they do have plenty of people who could hurt President Biden. I don't know why he would run again. I really don't. You know, it's like, just take the win. He's done so much for the country. The economy is in a great place. Gas prices are low. You know, right. Housing starts are soaring. Like, this is phenomenal. So just sit back, pat yourself on the back. At least people can tell him that, and he probably believe it at this point. But the polling numbers are going to go south. I think, you know, Democrats feel like this is a great galvanizing moment with the Roe v. Wade overturning. But this is going to die down before the midterms. Yes. This really isn't going to be the inflection point for many, many voters out there. It's still going to be gas, inflation, the economy, and whether they can afford things, and things are not trending in a good direction for Democrats there.
Yeah, especially if you look at the Biden cue cards. We saved this for you. We didn't even cover it Friday, Brian.
Which is?
It had nothing to do with the Dobbs breaking news. We knew Brian Kilmeade would be on the couch. It's the Biden palm cards. Remember the one he had? He was told, I was expressing the moral outrage toward Putin. I felt toward the actions of this man after he called for essentially regime change. Then we got another glimpse of these palm cards. You enter the Roosevelt room. You take your seat. You give brief comments. You ask President of the AFL-CIO question. You thank participants. You depart. I mean, I was writing statistics on Trump's card about like how many ventilators were in the stockpile. He has to have you in all caps.
It's unbelievable, because it is crazy, because he also, to shows you he needs it, he held it the wrong way. He should have had on the other side switch it or flip it. Number two is, to contrast that, I was with Glenn Youngkin, spending a day with him before he did multiple events. And this is what he needed before an event. who's going to be there, what branch did the veteran serve in, who's the manager's name, the assistant manager's name, where do I go for it? Boom, they just said it to him one time, walks out, because these politicians are used to it. He's been doing this for 40 years. It's scary to think he's got to walk in the room and have the most basic things to do list. To me, that was the scariest list I've read in quite some time, because someone felt compelled to write it.
Yeah.
And he felt compelled to hold it instead of ripping up and go, how dare you?
Yeah.
I'm the President of the United States. I don't need to be told to sit in the empty seat.
Yeah.
Right.
Emily.
Yeah, and just to dig a little bit deeper in the conversation about the voters fleeing to the GOP, you know, that phenomenon, it's taking place all over the country. Big towns, small towns, red states, and blue states. And I know that there has been reporting that some people have switched or registered GOP to support fringe candidates. But that's not the majority. The majority really are people who I think not only are returning from swing voters that left because of Trump last administration, but also, to your point, they are expressing their frustration with $5 gas and $10 bacon at the registrar's office, because that's top of mind. The economy is always, it's the kitchen table issues, it's the education of their children, it's how far their dollar goes, their quality of life, and all of that will absolutely eclipse the mania coming out of the left and Hollywood right now over their perceived Roe v. Wade summation.
Well, the maniacs are mad at an unlikely suspect, Kamala Harris. The vice president, she got derided for this tweet. She said, I know there are women out there who are afraid. To those of you who feel alone and scared, I want you to know the president and I are fighting for you and your rights. We are in this fight together. She's not fighting. She's watching a television screen.
I do also want to mention, I'm wondering if CNN paid her for that tweet, because CNN is on the television screen. But yes, no, Kamala, you're so relatable. 36,000 feet up in the air in a private jet, while the rest of women are suffering down below you, as in on the ground, because she is looking, I mean, she is not, first of all, relating to anyone and with this tweet. And whoever actually gave her the advice to, they should be fired. That was the worst. That's not a good look.
She can't fire anyone. She can't find staffers, right? She's already on her second batch.
They'll quit before they get fired. That person should quit.
She still has the guy at the desk who looks like he was a hostage in that one tweet.